Reviving a company in just 3 months, that too through the pandemic, is definitely an extraordinary achievement. Bigger the company, bigger are the problems. Here I'm talking about the 1400 crore Roca Parryware Group with about 3000 plus employees, 15,000 plus retail partners and about 1500 distributors. It is hard to imagine how all of a sudden in a certain month or a quarter, the revenue of many companies came down to almost zero. It takes courage, determination, and definitely calculated moves to handle such a situation. Meet K. Ranganathan, the MD of Roca Parryware, who talks with Surfaces Reporter and shares at length about the journey of survival, revival, and upheaval. We call such a brand leader a front runner. Mr. K. Ranganathan, as he's popularly known as Ranga, even enthralled me by playing a very beautiful melody through a flute. Yes, many of you may not be knowing, he's also a flautist. So over to learning, over to Mr. Ranga. I welcome all of you to Surfaces Reporter's Front Runner with Vertica Dvivedi.
So today I have the MD of Roca Parryware, and we are going to have a very up close and very interactive session with him to know how the leader is transforming Roca Parryware in the time of pandemic and what are the changes we are going to see.
So survival was the fundamental basic challenge to us. Survival of people, survival of the company. Imagine a company of our size, 1,400 crore revenue in a year, becomes zero revenue in a particular quarter or a month, then the cost will hang very heavily on us, right? So we did a very calculated moves in terms of bringing down the cost down. We had to renegotiate rental, we had to renegotiate people strength and other things a little bit. And then we stayed head above water. Of course, there was a loss, but being a multinational, being a company with a limited scope, we had to run the show very carefully. And then the revival phase gave us courage and confidence. There is an interesting story for all to learn. How do you revive a company in such a short span of 3 months, right? Because the bigger you are, the bigger the problem, right? It's not that bigger means you can come back very fast, right? Everybody has their own scale of business and scale of complexities. Come middle May, they said offices can open. So I was the first one to open the office. Once the office started, I said, come on, maja aa gaya. So let's go back to our office, get into the routine, and then start meeting people a little bit in our office. So very beautifully, we carved out initially 20%, 40%, 50% like that. And then the challenge started coming. Hey, this engine, this bullet train, which was going at a hectic speed with all the beautiful controls and everything, suddenly stopped. So it has to start again. So then the challenge started mounting in terms of how do we make our partners get back? Because one thing is our employees who are 3,000 plus employees. So we need to first focus on them and making sure that they are safe. They're able to come back to work or in the market or in the factory. Second, the attention is on the trade partner because we have 15,000 shops selling Parryware and Roca and Johnson Pedda. And then we have 1,500 distributors and we have 2,500 builders to whom we are the partners. So we looked at each of these constituents and then said, how can I help them? So we trained our partners in terms of how to conclude a transaction by offering the suite of products, best prices, and concluding the deal then and there. So this way, we are able to start the engine. And once the engine started, in exactly in the month of May, we did 40%, we came back in terms of pre-COVID level. In the month of June, we moved to 60%. In July, we hit 74. In August, we hit 88. And then I thought, okay, August we have come to 88, so September we should see at least 100. And exactly we did 103. And thankfully in the month of October, we did 14% revenue growth compared to previous year October, right? Which means we are a company which used to grow double the speed of GDP. When GDP was growing at 7%, we used to grow at 14%, 15%. In the year 2019, we recorded 16% revenue growth. And next year, 2021, to me, it promises to be a minimum 20 to 25% growth, because this year is a little bit down because we lost about 2 months, and next year those 2 months will still be available. So if you really look at a helicopter view, we had clear 3 phases. Survival was in April, May, June. Revival was in July, August, September. And upheaval was in October, November, December, right? So if you look at the quarters, very interestingly, the quarters started moving into these 3 buckets: survival, revival, upheaval.
So what is the status of the factories right now? There's a production, everything is happening?
Full. We are crossed the pre-COVID level. We are operating at 110% of the pre-COVID level. Every factory is throwing up full. Even then, we are running some shortages. So we know that another 1 or 2 months we'll be able to catch up.
Because you are not taking COVID very, seriously. You're taking it quite lightly, and then you felt that, okay, no, it's a giant animal. It's present in more countries than where Roca is present. Okay, we need to be double cautious, and we need to do it. And we need to really think seriously about it. So, what has K. Ranganathan learned from this?
No, I think pandemic has taught not only us, everybody, that you have to challenge the status quo. It taught us that, hey, why don't you challenge what you have now? Challenge your supply chain. Challenge you the way we work. Challenge the way you conduct meetings. There is no end to madness, right? There is no end to improvement. I always think, the excellence, what we call excellence, is a moving target, right? So the moment you go closer to excellence, the excellence goes further up.
Further.
Moving target. So you keep moving along in the same direction.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest learning for me. I think I was a little bit lucky in many sense that I had something to latch on instead of getting my mind bogged down with corona number. In flute, I learned the new songs because digitally you can learn. So when I was sitting at home, weekends and all, I couldn't go out. So the number of songs I can play now has moved from 50 to 200 now.
Yeah, I should get the opportunity to listen to one song.
I'll do that for you. No problem. Just a minute.
Thank you so much. So I'm so excited. I love songs, you people know. I love singing, and now I'm going to listen to some music from Mr. Ranganathan. I'm really excited.
That's it.
Awesome.
I learned that you have done many such interviews with well-known people, which shows your credibility and your caliber. So keep traveling in this journey. So wish you all the very best and a great future for you and your team.